Let's get it.
Let's get it. Okay, well, today,
Hello.
welcome to Lactose Intolerant. Do you want to remain anonymous?
Yes.
Since we're talking about milk tea, do you want to pick like your favorite flavor of milk tea?
Taro.
Taro? Okay, so your taro milk tea.
I'm taro milk tea boy.
Okay, so taro milk tea
Boy.
is with us today. And he is the significant other I have been mentioning all these episodes. We finally met up with each other
감사.
yesterday, right?
Hello.
After how long?
5 months.
Only?
It's been, yeah. My quarantine ended the first day of July, so 4 or 5 months.
Oh yeah, because we're not in December. It feels like the end of a year for me already, so it really escaped my mind that last Thursday, no, I shouldn't say last week, a few days ago, on Thursday, it was actually Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving Day, I know we're currently in Korea, and the Korean Thanksgiving Day is different than the US Thanksgiving Day. When is the Korean Thanksgiving?
It's usually on February, I think. No, Thanksgiving. September, October.
September, October. Okay, so ours is just maybe 1 or 2 months later. We're in November. If I'm not wrong, probably the last week in November on a Thursday. And I only remember that it was on a Thursday because I know Black Friday is on a Friday. So Thanksgiving has to be on a Thursday. And last few days was Thanksgiving. I didn't get to spend it with my family. And I kind of forgot about it, so I feel really, really bad. But usually on Thanksgiving dinner, you would kind of talk about what you're thankful for. Even though the holiday itself is kind of controversial because it's established based on something that we don't quite support. But the idea of Thanksgiving is something that we can get behind. So today I wanted to look at the past months and just really count my blessings. And since you're joining us today, you can count your blessings too. And I feel like whenever we revisit our hardships, it motivates us to move forward. So, do you want me to start or do you want... Ooh, how about we go month by month?
Sure.
Okay. So starting with June, that's the year that we separated. Starting in June, the people or the things that I want to give thanks to are my managers at Starbucks because... Oh, are you hungry?
No.
Because they really helped us moving to Chicago and back from Chicago. Even though the process itself is not supposed to be really complicated, but I was lucky to meet a lot of kind people that really helped us and minimize the amount of trouble we had to go through. So I was going to give thanks to them. Thank you for helping me move cross country and get to where I needed to be at the moment. So thank you.
Thank you. Chicago people.
And also in Austin and San Antonio too. Do you remember anything or anyone you want to give thanks to in the month of June?
June? The people who where I worked like for a week, they let me like move away from Chicago to Korea, so I'm thankful for them. Also my parents, like they took care of me during quarantine, so
Thank you.
thank you.
Moving up to next month in July. In July, oh, I forgot to thank one more person / thing. It's my car.
Nunu.
Nunu, yes, shout out to you, Nunu, for carrying us
Good job.
18,000 miles. I don't remember exactly how much, but we were kind of anxious that what if we get a flat tire? What are we going to do? But My car has carried us on its shoulder, and also moving too. Yeah, we loaded the car, just completely packed with all of our belongings. And yeah, thank you. Shout out to Honda. Not sponsored.
Hondi.
In July. No, there's one more person to thank.
Who?
So you thanked your job, I thanked my job, and then car, and then our apartment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
They were nice enough to like break the contract.
yes, without us having to pay 4 months of rent, right? I think,
It was very lucky.
what did we end up doing?
We paid one more rent,
Mm.
then we leave, and then they let us go.
So in total, we paid 3 months worth of rent, first month, and then the deposit, and then so 3 months. Technically, we are almost at the 4 months, but they wanted 4 months on top of that. So
Yeah, we lost a lot of money.
we saved a lot of money, and then we lost a lot of money too. But then it's the situation. There's no way that we saw it coming.
It was around like 3,000.
That we saved.
2,000. That's how we lost.
Not necessarily loss. I guess we just paid to get out of a very sticky situation. Because we both ended up being okay. So that's most important since we're stuck in Corona. All right. I don't remember necessarily what I did in July. I worked. How about you?
I just applied for jobs, like whatever jobs that I found. But I feel like I didn't figure out like what kind of jobs that I want to apply. I just applied like whatever I saw. And then I realized like they offer me jobs, and then I realized, oh, this job I shouldn't take it because it's gonna be the same situation that I had in Chicago. So like I'm still figuring out like what kind of job that I want to get, and there was the time that I didn't know anything about like myself and like how to apply, how to like write resume or anything.
So it was just
I've been struggling.
period of trial and error. But thank you to those who extended their offer to you. At least you found out that you don't want to do that job before you actually accepted the job.
Yeah.
I think it will be a lot harder to get out. This is a weird situation. Yeah, I worked in July, and then same thing in August. But during those periods, I was actually in contact with my recruiter, and then she offered me a lot of help to get my documents. I asked her a lot of questions because I wanted to make sure that I would be ready as soon as possible. So I would like to thank her, even though we no longer contact. I should really send her an email saying, hi, I've settled down, I've completed my training, thank you for your help. But looking to find time to do that. So I wanted to thank her as well. Another thing I wanted to thank for is, I think you can relate to this one as well. Other than job application, what else did you do?
I didn't do much.
Did you meet up with people?
I met my friends. I did workout. Yeah. And my friends helped me to like being stable, like emotionally and physically. Like they helped me working out and playing basketball together. And like I'm still struggling, but I've been struggling so much at that time. I've been applying for TV program jobs, and I made first round, second round, but I didn't make like any of them at the end. But I think there's kind of luck that I didn't make till the end, because I feel like that's not something I want to do. And like whenever I have this like not problems, these thoughts, my friends always tell me to like slow down, and like I have enough time. And usually in Korea, people take a year or 2 years after they graduate till they find their job. So they told me to slow down. So I'm thankful for them.
Yeah, same. I was about to say, because of Corona, since we graduated, everybody kind of went back to the city that they're from, and it's hard to meet up with people, especially with so much restriction. But friends is one thing, other than family, that really help us stay sane because we're at the same age, we're going through the same thing. Their advice is easier to digest instead of from parents or elder because it just sounds like maybe they don't intend to. It sounds like they're talking down on you, like, "Hey, I know what you're going through. But eventually you'll get this job." But to us, it feels like, yeah, it's easy for you to say, but your times and our times are very different. Like your way of doing things doesn't necessarily apply to us, and you don't understand my thoughts, and sometimes you refuse to try to understand it. So sometimes living at home feels like you're living in a box, in a sense. So it's good to be able to meet up with friends. For you, yours is a lot closer. For me, I got a chance to meet up with one of my best friends in college. One time, she was going to see her boyfriend, and then on the way, she stopped by. And we legit just sat at a patio and talked for hours until she had to go. Because if not, she wouldn't make it on time. So I'm really thankful for having friends that I can share my thoughts with without being judged in the sense. So thank you, friends,
Thank you, friends.
for keeping us sane. And another thing that I want to give thanks to, this is more recent, is I just landed in Korea 2 months ago, and I started 2 weeks Zoom training. And basically, the Zoom training is people from all the different branches training together. So on Zoom, you can kind of see their surrounding because we're all stuck in our hotels or apartments. And then I see other people's apartment, and then I see my apartment. And then I can't help but to feel like I got really lucky because mine is not necessarily furnished, but I have a lot of cabinets, storage space. Everything is relatively new comparing to some of the backgrounds that I've seen. It seems pretty old. And then we talked about what kind of food that they were provided, and it seems like mine had more of a variety. Like I have egg, I have sausage, I have fruit, I have fried rice and dumplings, whereas a lot of people just got rice and seaweed and cup noodles. So I felt, is something on my head?
No, you look bored.
No, please don't say that.
Just kidding.
And I'm also very, very thankful for you and your family because, please, I'm self-conscious about my balding head. Because of you all, you really helped me settle down a lot quicker. Whereas if I did not have you and I was in the same situation as my colleagues, I would feel very frustrated, as everybody was. It's like, I don't know what's going on. My superior, my branch manager doesn't speak a lot of English. The people at the branch doesn't speak a lot of English. They feel frustrated. They don't really have like a new teacher in their area that they can feel connected to. And then Corona is happening. We can't really meet up after training, which a lot of us wanted to do. And then also, it was really nice that the last tenant at my unit left a lot of stuff. For example, she had a futon here. She had a chair here. So for the 2 weeks trainings, they were like 6-hour trainings, kind of. No, 5 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. If I sat on the floor, I would probably have a lot more body aches than I do. So I felt really thankful for whoever lived here last, leaving all this stuff so I don't completely start off from scratch. And for your family, for everything, like the small appliances and then the food supplies, and then as well as things like laundry detergents, like soap and lotions and that kind of stuff. It's little stuff, but they add up so much, and then it really improved my quarantine period to be not a miserable experience. So thank you so much. And then lastly, I would thank my parents, even though they're not here, to put up with me for 5 months, letting me live at the place, even though sometimes we have arguments and stuff. I feel sorry for I feel sorry for leaving. But at the same time, I feel sorry for my sister. I know you're about to enter high school. It's kind of a scary period. You're experiencing a lot of changes. But I wrote her a letter before I left. And I kind of started tearing up when I was writing it. But basically, just saying that, hey, high school. Like, first days are always going to be scary. First day of elementary, middle school, high school, college, even first day of your new job. Like tomorrow, my first day. It's very nerve-wracking. But once you get over first day, I guess it gets easier the next day. So as long as you can push through the first day, you will be okay. And then also, don't worry too much about your experiences. As long as you surround yourself with good people, you will always be taken care of. And I don't really have a doubt about her. With her, of her about that, because she seems to have really good friends that respect her choices and stuff. So I know she's a good kid, even though she's probably going through the teenager rebellious stage. I know she has a good heart. And I hope my family would improve the relationship with each other. I hope quarantine helped them understand each other a little bit more. Try to be more understanding. So yeah, I think these are the things that I would have told them if we were having dinner.
Nice. Nice.
A long pause. I was
like ice.
I was thinking what they had for Thanksgiving dinner. My parents, the type that they're not that festive. So because I wasn't home, they didn't even like decorate for Thanksgiving. And then my sister didn't know that it was Thanksgiving Day. I told her, hey, happy Turkey Day. She goes, what? It's today? I was like, well, yeah, if Black Friday's on a Friday, Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. She's like, oh, nobody told me. Should I make cream corn? I said, well, I have a recipe. I'm going to give you a recipe. If you want to make it, you can make it. But they ended up having like brisket and just a very common thing. Brisket, dinner roll, baked potato, and some greens. So it wasn't like a very big thing. And I kind of feel guilty for it, but then at the same time, it's like, even though I'm not there, you can choose to celebrate it. Even if it's a one-person Christmas, that's why the Charlie Brown Christmas tree exists. It's just like one branch and one ornament. It's, to celebrate holidays, to get in the spirit. This year is already hard enough, so you should try to be happy as much as you could. But yeah, thank you all to everyone that we met this year that helped us. We will do our best moving forward, whichever direction it may be. And it's good to revisit these things that we kind of forgot along the way. Just to remember that even though our situation is hard, we're not completely alone. There's always these warm people next to us, our families, our friends, and then people you wouldn't even expect to be warm, like your coworkers and stuff like that. So I feel very lucky.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you too.
We live a good life. We can do this.
Yes, we can.
Let's go.
Let's go. Well, that will be the 12th episode of Lactose Intolerant. Thank you, Mr. Taro Milktea, for joining us today.
Meow.
Will I be looking forward to your features in the future?
If you pay money. If you give me some money, yes.
Well, I won't get my paycheck till
I can wait.
Okay, I'll see you in 4 episodes, I guess. That's 1 month.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm respect me. Wait, it's
Yes,
2020. You can't assume my gender.
Yes.
Yes, them.
It's me.
Yes.
It's me.
Yes, Bill. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Or I will see you next week.
Bye, y'all.